Now, an animal like a fish, which has fins and scales, is very interesting because somewhere in its life cycle, it is largely herbivorous, even if it is in the younger or larval stages that it is herbivorous. A fish is an amazing creature. It has a very high ability to detoxify itself. And of course, being situated in water, it's thermal. Eels, lampreys, catfish, all of these don't have scales. Now, where do they fit into the food chain? They are largely scavengers, and they will eat virtually everything. So they fall into the category of biological accumulation. They accumulate more toxins than the others do, and therefore should be considered unclean. Sharks and rays would fall into the category of the unclean, and they're a fascinating group of animals. Now, they live in marine environments, many of them, and when they live in the marine environment, they have a problem. They don't have the ability of the fish that have fins and scales to rid themselves of the salts which constantly move into the body as perfectly as the others do. So these creatures solve their osmotic water problems in a different fashions. A bony fish will excrete salts through the gills, so when it drinks seawater, it desalinates the seawater and gets fresh water through this process. And that is how these fishes survive in a marine environment. A shark, on the other hand, also has less salt in its body than the sea has. So you would have the problem that water tends to leave the animal. It has a salt gland in the rectum whereby it can get rid of some of the salts, but it solves its water problem by retaining urea. And so it has very high levels of urea. Urea is, of course, a waste product which other animals just excrete to get rid of it because it is toxic. But these creatures retain it and have developed a resilience and a resistance to this product. So in fact, they are like urea enhanced creatures. So what would happen if you took the fins off the top of the animal and dried them? Well, what you would get is you would get crystallized urea.